NBS Live at 9.
In recent years, microplastics have become an issue outside the scientific circles due to the continued dumping of plastics that are posing a huge threat on water bodies. Scientists are now calling on governments to heavily invest in research to arrest the situation, warning that the continued disregard of proper plastic management will endanger aquatic and wildlife. Olivia Nakatembe reports.
Uganda's quest for strong industrial growth and development is on an upward trajectory with over 5,000 factories in place. Many of these use single-use plastic as a raw material, supplemented by importation of tons of plastic amounting to over $400 million annually. Unfortunately, after use, the disposal of this plastic is wanting, with around 48% of the waste going unrecycled and 10% of this finding its way in drainages, rivers and into Lake Victoria.
This scenario right here is a clear indication on the detrimental effects of plastic pollution. What you see right here is water that cannot proceed to its next destination because it has been blocked largely by plastic.
These, as the Executive Director of the National Environment Management Authority, Dr. Akankwasa Barirega, revealed.
Kampala generates 135,000 tons of plastic waste per year. So this is very huge. If 48% of this ends up in the environment.
Environmental chemist from Makerere University, Dr. Gabriel Kasozi, and material scientist Dr. Moses Chiguzi explained that while in the water, abrasion happens and the plastic disintegrates into small particles whose traces have been reported in human blood, thus causing reproductive and neuro complications if consumed.
Breaks down to smaller particles we call microplastics. Nowadays we even have nanoplastics that if you ask where do they go, it goes even to air. That is the latest research we have.
There's what we call endocrine disruptors. So they tamper with your hormone systems. And once they tamper with your hormone systems, we begin getting hormonal imbalances. These small particles, they are very tiny, less than 1.5 micrometers. So they can move through your blood and they end up into different organs and they affect them differently.
The scientists reveal that the agricultural sector hasn't been spared either, as soil cannot hold and filter water down to the water table, but also affects its fertility, which could result into food insecurity.
They create a sheet in the soil. Now that impedes the capacity of the soil to allow in the water to percolate downwards. And so when you receive heavy rainfall, you have more runoff of water from the landscapes than would ordinarily occur.
The animals, both domestic and wild, could as well ingest it and die. Unfortunately, the government is incapacitated in terms of technology and budgetary resources to cater for the up-to-date filtration of microplastic traces which could be in the water. The Commissioner of Water Resources from the Ministry of Environment, Dr. Kalist Tindimugaya, backs this argument up.
The ordinary equipment we test for the ordinary water cheap, but these ones are specialized and that's why they are not found everywhere. But now that plastics are here, we need to get equipment that can actually be able to test to the lowest level because even small constituents are dangerous.
To complement the already existing cleaning mechanical approaches, Dr. Tindimugaya asks the government to invest in research to create lasting and sustainable solutions.
We need to invest in research so that we can know what kind of plastics can we actually allow, even if we are to allow even recycling, not everything. And then how do we manage them to make sure that they don't cause, and how do we do the recycling?
In 2017, a United Nations resolution to discuss microplastic and the need for regulations to reduce this hazard to water bodies, wildlife and human health was passed. Next Media, in partnership with Uganda Breweries Limited, Vivo Energy, Stanbic Bank and NEMA, are continuing to stir a campaign towards behavioral change on proper plastic use. Olivia Nakalembe, NBS, Live at 9.